Hi, this message is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also, you could be a cross watcher, and this message could be for you, or if you were drawn to this message, you could have Cancer somewhere in your chart, and this message be for you. So, I pulled all your cards and your oracle cards, and your tarot and your oracle cards, and this message is actually really neat. Um, It took me a few minutes to pull it apart and see what was really going on. So, okay, so I'm going to start right here. One of the first oracle cards I got is Don't Let Pride Get in Your Way, with the Five of Voices reversed. So, what I'm seeing is that with this Five of Voices reversed, the Five of Voices talks about a conflict with your own thoughts and with communication with others. And what I'm seeing is that, like, with that message of not letting pride get in your way, is that there is like fighting with others, and then, or even yourself, and then beating yourself up for it, but then trying to like justify it to yourself, like, well, they did this or they said that, and so I had a right to say this and a right to say that. And the message is to not let pride get in your way in like apologizing, making it right, not letting your ego get in the way of your own progress. Because when you sit and beat yourself up over maybe things that you said or things that you think, that's the ego actually putting yourself down. All of that is the ego's way of saving itself. So what I'm seeing with this, not letting pride get in your way, this is like surrendering. So it's like, okay, if you said things, then it's like apologizing even if the other person was in the wrong for the things that you said, because they were things that were not in line with your highest self. If you are someone who thinks negatively about yourself, it's recognizing it and having compassion on yourself instead of judging yourself for it. So that's what I'm seeing there. And I don't know if you've started doing that yet or if you have already been doing that, but this message is basically showing the process of what's going to happen by doing that, because, and it's really a neat message. But the first oracle card I got for the overall energy is Tapas, which is, it's just funny how, because it's like I don't even, when I pull the cards, I don't even read the cards or look at them really until after I'm done pulling all the cards. And I don't have all these oracle cards memorized, and Tapas goes exactly with the storyline that I'm seeing here. But, so let me read it to you. It's just a little short message. It says, "You've gotten where you are because of your discipline, Tapas, and this will continue to take you where you need to go. While discipline sounds like a heavy word, it is really just committing to becoming the highest version of yourself. The next evolvement will require refinement of your inner strength. You are undergoing a deep transformation, stepping outside of your comfort zone, gaining strength, moving through fear. Now it is time to ask yourself important questions. What practices have I committed to? What practices do I still need to commit to? Is my daily routine serving me? How can I improve it? Where do I need to set boundaries in my life to further align with my truth? Am I showing up for myself the way I should for a friend or a child?" Okay, so I'm going to jump a couple cards ahead because I just want to show you this one real quick. This is the Hierophant. This is what I'm showing that you're doing with yourself. The Hierophant talks about commitment, structure, and in this deck, the Muse deck, the Hierophant is specifically being made to be kind or being made to follow rules. So I almost feel like you are recognizing a pattern you want to change in your speech, your communication, or your thoughts, or both, and you're forcing yourself to do it at first. Like you're kind of like grudgingly doing it, but you're doing it by choice, not by someone else's making you. Okay? The next card, though, that we got in the Moonology Oracle is don't let your past hold you back. So it's like you've had a habit pattern of the past of communicating this way to yourself and to others. And this is basically saying, like, don't let it hold you back. And you've got the Hermit with it. This is about going within, finding the light within, discovering something about yourself. And you did that. Or at least if you didn't do it, you're about to, okay? And it's recognizing that pattern and saying, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to, that's not who I am on the inside. And acting differently in both thought and speech. The next card we got is communication is key. So, and this is the new moon in Gemini. And you can see there's like twins there. Okay. So this could indicate, like, if you are someone who believes in like the twin flame journey or anything, that you have a twin flame coming in. But either way, whether you believe in that or not, what I'm showing is that there's someone coming in, and your speech, the way that you speak and communicate, is going to be key to this playing out. And so it's basically, okay, now this Six of Inspiration, this is seeing that you succeeded this, like you making the effort and having success with it. But what I'm getting from this too is like, talk like you matter. This person is a star. She's like someone that looks, or someone that people look up to her, and they learn from her. They gain a lot of wisdom from her, especially with it being with the Hierophant. It's like you're inspiring a lot of people. You need to watch how you're speaking to yourself and how you're speaking to others, because others are going to mimic it, okay? But I am saying specifically that there is someone watching you, or that's going to be watching you, okay? The next card I got from the Sacred Destiny Oracle is Wisdom, okay? I'm going to read this message to you. It's just a little short one. It says, things are not as they seem. Look beneath the surface in your life. For example, you might feel that you aren't making progress on a particular project yet. Beneath the surface, things are happening. Or you might be going through a stormy cycle. This card is still letting you know that even though the surface of your life may be a bit rocky and wobbly, in a deeper place all is well, and serenity and peace are emerging. Things that may seem challenging will be later, or we will be revealed to have been beneficial. And the card that came out to clarify it is the Magician. So what I'm showing is that your efforts in doing this, you're actually bringing in, you're manifesting something into your life. And but you don't see any sign of it yet, is what I'm showing. And so you don't know what's going on beneath the surface, but this is a lot about having faith that whether anything comes in or not, that you're being the highest self that you can be. Now I am showing that you might feel like kind of like jaded from other people. Like, say for instance, you did communicate in a way that's not the way you think that you could communicate best, I guess. um, I'm showing you like feeling like, well, why doesn't that person have to apologize? I apologize, how come they don't have to? They started it, type of thing, right? And you kind of trying to hold on to that anger, um, with this Four of Materials. And a card, the card that came with it is forgiveness. You needing to forgive others and forgive yourself, because you could be struggling with both. Most often, like if you are having a hard time forgiving someone, it's actually because you haven't forgiven yourself and fully. And so you are looking for outside blame to, it's kind of like you're projecting it. It's like you're using it as a scapegoat, even if they did something wrong. It's like, for instance, like if you got into a relationship that was abusive or something, and that person was abusive towards you, there is a sense in you as to like, I chose to be with this person. And you may not have known that they were going to be abusive towards you or anything, but there's still that sense of like, I chose this person. And so so that you don't feel like responsible, you blame them for what they did, even if they did do it. Like, I'm not saying that they didn't do what they did, but I'm just saying it's like you put blame on them so that you can judge them, so that you don't feel that way about yourself for picking to be with someone who would do that, or picking that life, or picking, you see what I'm saying? And so forgiveness, when you forgive other people, it's more for you than it is for the person that you're forgiving. It's a release of negative, like negative, holding on to negative energy. It blocks you from manifesting when you hold on to it. And I'm showing that you've got something brewing like behind the scenes, and that forgiveness is one of the things that you need to let go of so that that can come in. Um, Let me just read the little message that's on that forgiveness card. It says, it is human to want to hold on to the past, our memories, experiences, and relationships. However, there can be times when we are carrying so much of the past that we can't fully see the present. The past doesn't need to equal the future. Just because you had a pattern or a reoccurring challenge in the past doesn't mean that it needs to recur in the future. The key is to be willing and ready to simply and cleanly let go of the hold of the past has on you. The past is gone, and it's okay to let it go. The way to do this is to fully immerse yourself in the here and now. Be super aware of your sights, sounds, smells, textures, and energy of your present. When you do this, the past simply vanishes and the glory of the present emerges. Okay? So, with that, hold on, I need a drink. Okay, so this bottom row of cards is where it started getting confusing for me, and also really neat when I saw what was going on. So, what I'm showing is that when you release that, when you take that control of yourself, you stop what you're doing that is not the true you, and you forgive yourself and you forgive others, you're stepping through this threshold right here. And this is like a threshold into like a new life for you. I'm showing that this is actually going to hurt and scare you. You're going to feel like maybe you have, like, you have no one that loves you with this Page of Emotions reversed. With the Moon, it's like you're scared. This is fears. You don't know what's behind that threshold, okay? And it's like totally tears down your foundation that you were standing on, that you were a victim, basically. And but you're standing there like on a floating rock all alone. Is kind of what it feels like, okay? This is like the tower that I'm seeing that you are having by doing this. Okay, so these next couple cards actually are talking about, I see this person coming into your life. And yeah, let me show you what you don't see, okay? So I got the Mystic. So this person that's coming in, I feel like is kind of a dreamer. Yeah, actually they are. This person is a bit of a dreamer. They kind of have their head in the clouds with lots of great ideas type of person. And they have a lot of love. I'm showing them come in with this love towards you. Okay? And it's when you feel like it's like you feel like you lost all hope. But this is actually you got the Wheel of Fortune with it. This is something that's going to, this is like your abundance, because abundance is different for different people. And I'm showing that, yeah, this is going to make you really happy. Now I wanted to know who, well, I'll get to that, because I was trying to figure out who this person is, more about this person. But anyway, so they might see you as a riddle, or this is just a riddle, this whole situation. Because the riddle is like trying to figure something out. So they might actually be drawn to you because you are like a puzzle for them to figure out. But I am showing that the way you communicate is key for this person to come into your life. And it's going to take a lot of strength on your part. We got the Strength card. And it's going to take you gaining a new perspective on how you communicate, what abundance means, and how you see yourself. Because you're coming out of this like lack, feeling like people left you out in the cold all the time. You might not even have anyone in your life. You could be alone, except for like, people you see every now and then. But it's about not feeling like you're alone. Like you keep your own company, because we've got a new perspective gained here with the Hanged Muse. This is a card of Pisces. I've got 2 cards of Pisces, and I've got 3 of Leo. I got Aquarius, Capricorn, and Taurus. Yeah, I've got 2 cards of Taurus too. So, but this is a card that can represent Taurus, but this is the Empress. This is abundance. And I feel like with this eight of materials, like you've been working on figuring out yourself, is what I'm seeing really. It's like you're working on figuring out who you are, and you're starting to feel like the Empress yourself. You're using your strength, and you're feeling like that. And once you start feeling like that, that's when I'm seeing this take place. Because, okay, so this is where I started to get a little bit confused, but um, you might start to waver a little bit. What I'm showing is, like, here you are walking away from the trouble, right? And the devil's been reversed, so it's like you've let go of some toxic behaviors that you had. Okay, I'm showing that you let go of it, and but you're almost, it's like you're feeling a little bit empty. Like, um we've got the five of emotions here, because it's like you've been trying and pushing and trying to correct things, and it's like, but you haven't gotten anything returned to you yet. And what I'm showing is, it's like, okay, you do this, you push as hard as you can, and then you start to waver a little bit. And then just as you start to waver, it's like that's when I'm seeing something come in for you. Because when you start to waver, it's kind of like you're like, um, I don't have this family, this home, this stability. I'm poor. I've got all these things I'm carrying around doing, like burdens. Almost like you're just, I don't see it as like a huge problem. I'm seeing it as like you being just kind of like iffy about, is anything good gonna happen for me? Kind of, that's kind of what I'm seeing. But, and I'm seeing this person come in, and they are actually going to give you nectar. Like, they are going to, like, help you feel revitalized. Like, that part that wasn't coming back, they are the part that, like, the universe is giving you to, like, feel like you haven't done everything for absolutely nothing, okay? And it's not like you're walking around feeling like you have nothing. I actually am feeling that you feel abundant. Maybe you're just having like a bad day or something. It's like, yeah, like a bad day. Like, I just see you crying over something. Like, maybe, it could have been something as simple as, like, I don't know, like maybe the power got turned off or something. I don't know, just something simple, or you got in a fight with your kid or something. But this person is like going to be nectar for you, because, but I'm showing that the way they come in is like, they come in kind of reckless. I did get the lover card with it, so I am showing it's like a lover, and I get really strong Leo energy, so it could be a Leo, because I've got Leo card over here, the Queen of Inspiration. This could be a Sagittarius or Aries too, but this person's really passionate, connected, and inspired, and they're a dreamer. Like, they're a big dreamer. And then we've got a Leo card here of strength, and then I've got another Leo card here with the Sun. It's reversed though with the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is usually Sagittarius, but can be Leo or Aries too. But see how he's like running around like he's on fire? Like, that's kind of how the energy that I'm getting from this person. Almost like they're kind of a they just seem like they have a lot of energy, and they're a little bit reckless, but at the same time, they're not reckless at all. They just jump into things. They go for what they want. It's just because they are not reckless. They're actually, they've tamed their demons, like their little shadow self, and they're really connected to, like, the source. Um, but they take chances. They jump into things. Maybe they haven't fully come to themselves, because it's like not showing up as like well, we do have the Queen of Wands, but it's like they still have some things still left to burn off or correct or something, and like that in some way. But okay, so this is what I think is the neat part. This is you going down this path with this person. I was looking to see what that picture was, but it's like she can see the new path and she's taking it. And what this person is going to do for you, this is the Chariot card. This is you, okay? And this person is going to be this horsepower to pull you ahead. Like once you make these decisions to make these changes in yourself, the things that you know are not the true you, your true higher self, I'm showing that this person comes in and you might give them a weird look or something. Like I feel like they're just like, they make you like look, you look sideways at them or something, but this person is gonna like pull you forward. Like they're gonna be the power behind you. Does that make sense? They're gonna be the power pulling you forward. Like your will is going to be propelled by this person, and it shows like you being this powerful person with this person. And one more thing just to mention too is like if there's pregnancy in these cards, so some of you could be getting pregnant. There's a lot of pregnancy in here. So you're either getting pregnant or you're going to have just a lot of creative power with this person. Because I know some of you don't want to get pregnant or you're too old or whatever. I'm just saying, I do see that. So, but then the last card we got for this reading is Brahma. And I'm going to read that message. That is the card of creation. Like I said. But it's not just pregnancy. So, okay, let me read it. It says, it is time to create. Brahma, the creator of the universe and all beings, has come to you with the message that now is the time to bring the idea to fruition. What is the idea you've been sitting on but haven't taken action? Now is the time to plant the seed into the earth and water it with your intention so it sprouts life, benefiting all those around you. Brahma's rosary symbolizes the time cycle through which the world moves from creation to sustenance, from sustenance to dissolution, from dissolution to new creation. Which cycle are you on? Okay, so that's all I got for you. If you like this message, I appreciate any likes, subscribes, and shares. Also, if you want a personal message, or a personal reading, there's information down below on how to do that. And also, you can always donate. Plus, there's other information that I got down there. And I will see you next time. Thanks.